I tend to cover Marvel a lot more than DC on this channel, but I'm trying to rectify that situation, and this is part of that rectification? Remaining Batman focused, but specifically moving into comic books, today we'll look at Detective Comics number 400. First, issue 400. Wow, this comic book came out in 1970 and they were already at issue 400? Keep in mind, at this point in time, Marvel wasn't even a decade old. Yes, the company existed under various other names, but the Marvel that changed comics didn't. DC started well before Marvel could redefine the superhero comics that Batman and Superman invented. As to the comic itself, although it's written by Frank Robbins, this comic book comes at the peak of the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams era. Adams did illustrate this issue, but as I said, O'Neil didn't write it, as Frank Robbins did. The cover also features Batman's sidekicks, who don't actually show up in this story. They fill the B story in the back pages we won't focus on here. The story begins with a crazy bat guy named Langstrom. He's working on some really batty stuff.
Not funny.
Better than Batman stuff. It involves bat gland extract, which sounds super gross. The Blackout Gang breaks into, honestly, I'm not sure, somewhere. But the where is less relevant than the why, which I also don't know. But what really matters here is the technology they're using to out-Batman Batman. You with me there?
We're with you.
The tech includes hearing and seeing in the dark. Things the real Batman can't do, yet. Meanwhile, the Bat Guy can also see in the dark. Based on my vast knowledge of science, I know that bats can't see in the dark. They basically scream and listen for a sound to bounce back at them, telling them what's in front of them. Like me, it's a camera. And I guess you.
Not us.
As a kid in Western Pennsylvania, our summer evenings were spent catching fireflies and throwing rocks at bats.
Lightning bugs.
Attempting to hit one and knowing we probably never would because of their radar vision thing. It kind of sounds mean-spirited now when I say it out loud, but it wasn't meant to be. We're just kids throwing rocks in the sky, trying to hit a bat. Anyway, that bat-like radar vision makes him Daredevil?
No Marvel. No Marvel.
No Marvel. This is a DC review. I apologize to myself. At the same time, Batman, the regular Batman, the Bruce Wayne one, is working on artificial ears, which he tests on poor Alfred. There's a nice dynamic to the story as you have Man-Bat, Batman, and the Blackout Gang all working to gain or utilizing the same bat-like abilities. On that note, Langstrom's gland extract is not just giving him bat-like abilities, but making him bat-like. The Man-Bat goes into hiding. Batman again confronts the Blackout Gang. At this point, you and I are both waiting on Man-Bat versus Batman. The creators know that and play with that, teasing the fight you really want to see. Despite his improving technology and ability to see in the dark, Batman listens for the heartbeats of the gang members. However, the gang seems to be one step ahead of Batman, using a cacophony of bouncing ping pong balls to overwhelm Batman's hearing. Batman appears to be defeated when a very unlikely ally shows up. No, not Robin or Batgirl as the cover might promise. Also, I said unexpected. Those two aren't just expected, but required to help Batman when he's in need. The unexpected ally is none other than the Man-Bat. One of the gang members is about to kill the Man-Bat, but Batman gathers himself just in time to save his fellow Bat. Man-Bat reveals that he was inspired by Batman, in a very Batman-like way, vanishes. The final panel is an absolutely glorious tease. The comic challenges your expectations about the guy on the cover presented as a new bad guy. The same guy who saved Batman in this very comic. Is he friend or foe? Come back next month as we take a look at Detective Comics number 402, the second appearance of Man-Bat, to answer that question.